Hello, everyone. Welcome to the HPE Labs podcast from Research to Reality. This time, for the third year in a row, I have a great honor and pleasure to present to you a Summer Interns. This year, we recorded 32 interns and 4 mentors. We heard a lot of interesting things. We had examples of interns, a lady who plays 2 instruments, and another lady who is capable of 2 martial arts. We have people who speak 4 different languages, who do cross technologies and many, many other interesting topics. Please listen to us. There's a lot to be heard.
Hi, my name is Matthias. I'm in the Systems Architecture Lab. My mentors are Harumi and John. And yeah.
Hello there, my name is Jan. I work as well in the Systems Architecture Lab together with Harumi Kuno and Clarette Cresta. What I'm doing here is I'm working on a logging system for a high-performance compute environment for job recovery.
My name is Zoe Bitter. I'm from Germany and I'm at the SAL Lab. And my mentor is Petro Prul, and I'm working on a web application for node-based data transformation.
Hi, my name is Shrisha. I'm from the NDSL lab. My mentor is Puneet, Hardik, Lianji, and Khalid. My area of expertise is in distributed storage systems. During my internship, I actually learned that pitching an idea to someone is actually really hard. And I think that is a skill that I developed during the internship as I worked through my mentors who told me what I could do better and so on. Yeah.
In my internship, I learned a lot about research and how it's happening, and I learned about design space exploration, which is really cool.
Well, during my internship here, I learned many things, but I think the most interesting one is the scientific approach to software development that I did not yet get the chance to experience in any other of my internships.
Well, it's kind of hard to pinpoint one thing that I've learned because there's just so much, but mainly I learned a lot about high-performance computing and also, as it's my first time in America, a lot about the American culture. What I like about the internship at the HPE Labs is just the sheer amount of knowledge that is bundled up here, and nevertheless, that people just also take the time to actually talk to you and help you, even though they have like very full schedules.
So what I really appreciate here are that all the people are super techy, that they're so approachable, and I really appreciate all the conversations that I had with so many people that I got to know here, and that's really amazing.
I love the variety of the events that we could attend, like cricket game or basketball game, and we could go as well to the Metallica concert.
I like the fact that everyone in labs is really supportive, and they're also very critical when it matters. They give you the right feedback, so that helps me a lot. So about the Bay Area, it's very different from where I come from, which is Champaign. And I think coming from a place like Champaign, I did not really know what I like to do apart from work. And I think I've begun to explore that a bit when I'm here in the Bay and try to figure out what I like to do.
The most I like about the Bay Area is the landscape, the beautiful landscape with beach, with mountains, with desert and everything like Los Angeles and San Francisco.
So the weather here is, of course, absolutely amazing. I mean, I've been here for around about 1.5 months now, and every single day it was pure sunshine. Everywhere around this office, there's nature and all the regional and national parks, which I think is really fascinating to explore.
I'd have to agree with you there, especially the weather I really like because like I'm not that kind of guy that likes it very hot or very cold, so it's very nice to have like those 20 Celsius-ish and a bit of wind, slight breeze, so I really like that. An interesting thing about me is that I really like to try and hopefully master new things, which is sometimes kind of an issue because there's more new things adding than I can complete, but I think that's just how it goes.
Well, for this one, I decided to go with the fact that I got into computer science purely by playing the video game Minecraft. So this game single-handedly changed the trajectory of my life, probably more than anything else. And that's the reason why I'm here today.
I love hiking, and there are a lot of places where you can go for a good hiking, like Yosemite or Grand Canyon, and there are beautiful places for it.
So I used to play cricket, but that hobby died off. But after I came here to labs, I think it's rejuvenated a bit thanks to Puneet. And I can see myself catching a few cricket games. And I like to see that the hobby is coming back.
I'm Robert, and for the last almost 3 months, I was an intern in the Networking and Distributed Systems Lab. And my mentors were Mohammed, Shivang, and Puneet. And my project was about indoor-outdoor detection.
My name is Moinak, and I'm a PhD student at Northeastern. Here, I'm part of the Networking and Distributed Systems Lab, and I'm being mentored by Shivang, Mohammed, and Puneet. And I'm working on private 5G and Wi-Fi convergence.
I'm Srijita Bhattacharjee. I'm from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. I'm a PhD student there. And here I'm a part of the AI research lab. And my mentors are Abhishek Nag and Shomendu Sharkar. And my area of expertise here is working on data center liquid cooling models.
Hi, I'm Hao Chen Xu. I'm intern at the System Architecture Lab. My mentor is Alok Mishra. My work is focused on the hardware and software co-design. So one thing I learned during the internship is you need to enjoy your work so you can bring out larger impact.
I had a better exposure in working in thermal modeling, which I hadn't had before. So I really enjoyed learning more about it.
One thing that I really learned here is that the amount of freedom you get to do whatever you want to do and then guide your own project. Of course, there are so many good people, talented people helping you, but you need to figure out your own way, and that makes you a lot of responsible towards your research as well.
Since this is my first research internship, one key thing that I learned is how to approach research problems and how important it is to have a supportive environment that you can ask if you are stuck somewhere or need help or need to discuss the next steps. And what I liked most about my internship at the Hewlett-Packard Labs is that it's not only a great work environment with a lot of supportive and collaborative people, but also that there is a very nice intern community with lots of events, for example, a Metallica show or sports games like basketball or cricket.
Yeah, I second him. There is a balance between the work. Of course, there are so many people you can just go around and they can help you, and then there's also this events and all that's happening, like your manager playing soccer with you or cricket. So there's a very healthy environment in the office that I really liked about.
I really enjoyed how collaborative the work environment is, and especially in my team, I've experienced that there's a very healthy collaborative environment, and I really appreciated that.
What I liked the most about the HPE lab is there's no hierarchy structure here. Whenever you come up with an idea, you can talk to anyone. All the interns are treated as the full-time employee here. You can get feedback immediately without waiting for the long waiting list time. What I like the most about the Bay Area is there's a lot of side story you can hear about the big tech company here, and also there's a lot of people you can find that has the same interests as you.
I really enjoyed the weather here, as well as the various options for food. Being a foodie, I really enjoyed that.
I think there are 2 points I would like to mention about Bay Area that I like is, I mean, there are so many national parks just 3-4 hours away. You can just go and hike, and not just national parks, the state parks and small parks as well. And like Srijita mentioned, like the food here, it's like a melting pot of all cultures, and you get a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, I really love that the Bay Area is a good starting point for trips because in just a few hours you can see big cities like Los Angeles or San Francisco, but also stunning nature like the Yosemite National Park or the Pacific Coast. And one interesting thing about me is a funny story that happened in the third week of my internship that I want to share with you. Because I live in an Airbnb maybe 10 minutes from here. And it was a Tuesday morning and I was getting ready for work. And when I wanted to leave my house, I realized that someone took my shoes and I didn't have my shoes anymore. So I had to come here by sandals. And it was also the day where my update meeting was. So it was a very interesting experience.
I like to listen to a lot of music, and I play a guitar a bit. And I'm really thankful that working at HP, that the work-life balance is so good that I get to explore the music options, and yeah.
I love traveling and I have a hobby of collecting postcards every single place I travel to. So by now it's quite a big collection, but I plan to make it bigger and then someday make a wall out of all my postcards.
I consider myself as a handyman. I do a lot of side projects, like I view myself as electrician, plumber, a woodworker. I made my own bathroom cabinet and painter, those kind of things. And in my spare time, I also do a lot of scuba diving and fishing.
Hello everyone, I'm Yuju, and I work in the System Architecture Lab. My mentor is Aditya and Pedro. Previously, I mainly worked for the hardware acceleration of machine learning applications.
My name is Yi Chao. I'm in the System Architecture Labs. My mentor is Orlando, and I'm working in the area of efficient deep learning and hardware acceleration.
My name is Laura. I'm working in the SAL, and my managers are Harumi and Abhishek, and I'm currently working on a very interesting rack project.
Hi, my name is Avinash. My lab name is AA Research Lab. My mentor is Soumyendu Sarkar. My expertise is I work at the intersection of or infusion of LLM and RL on liquid cooling of data centers. So one thing that I learned about at HPE is how does the data centers work and how is liquid cooling so important in this data center.
One thing I learned during my internship was the importance of working in a team together. So if you're stuck on a problem, it's always good to ask for help. And it's so great to be surrounded by so many experts, so many PhDs. I've really benefited from that. And it's been a great time so far. I've learned a lot.
One important thing I learned during the internship is the time management. I used to be a kind of mess guy. Now this has to be more manageable and spend the time to one thing one hour after the other. So it's a little different compared to when you start in the school.
For me, my previous experience is quite different from my current project. So now the most important thing I learned is that how to start a new project very quickly and efficiently. And for my current internship in HPE Lab, I have the highest freedom, and I can always get support from my mentor, from my manager, and my colleagues.
My favorite thing when I was interning at HPE is that people are very friendly, and the entire atmosphere are good, and every people are actually feel very relaxed and free to talk to each other and gain an idea and communicate the idea and the technology details. Even that's the most important thing, I believe.
So what I like most about my internship is just the whole entire environment here. It's very different from Germany. So since I'm from Germany, I've experienced HPE in Germany, and it's quite a different culture. So that's been very interesting. And as I already mentioned, everyone's being so helpful here, and also the events are very nice. So we've been to the Metallica concert, for example. That was one of the highlights.
Yeah. So usually when I move on one place to another, it would take me a month to adjust to the new places. But here, because of the team, I felt within 5 days I am native to this place and I am very comfortable here. And the events at this HPE makes the work-life balance very smooth. And the moment I landed Bay Area, the stunning landscape made me believe that the macOS wallpapers which I see are true. So that's a.
So what I like most about the Bay Area is the people here. So everyone's very extroverted and everyone's working very hard, but they're not to the point of burnout, but they can really balance their work and their life. And it's very nice and unusual to go to the beach after work. So we've been to Santa Cruz several times, and you're very inspired by the whole environment here.
One thing I like about Bay Area is about people. There's a lot of people that you can get familiar and make a new friend, and they usually share the same interest. That's very interesting. And also, there's way more people than in other places in California. And by the way, the traffic was not that terrible as I saw.
Yes, I agree. So I have been in Switzerland for almost 6 years, and this is the first time I come to Bay Area. The thing I like the most is that there are always people with different backgrounds, and almost every week I can meet some new friends. And for me, I like playing tennis and badminton. The interesting thing is that once we ask each other, "What do you study?" Yes, computer science.
One interesting fun fact from me is that I spent 6 years to finish my college, and I usually work on my car during the weekend.
One interesting thing about me is that I have two backgrounds, so I'm both German and Spanish. And it's really nice because in California, many people are also from Mexican background. So it's been really cool to hear the language here as well. I didn't expect that.
Before starting my PhD, I used to have a hobby of writing stories, where I wrote two complete stories, and they are been shelved in my laptop. But after explaining those stories to my friends in the team here, and I could able to expand those stories in much better way during these weekends.
Hello, my name is Viraj Thakkar. I'm in the Systems Architecture Lab, and my mentor is John Byrne. My area of expertise is database systems. However, I'm not doing that at HPE Labs.
Hi, my name is Sifat Muhammad Abdullah. My mentor here is Somendu Sarkar. So I usually work with security of machine learning, but here I have the chance to a bit of like exploration, and I'm working with sort of multi-agent systems for data center cooling purposes here. So yeah.
Hello, my name is Hyunju Oh. My lab is System Architecture Lab, and my mentor is Abhishek. My area of expertise is in data movement optimization and data management systems, considering various techniques such as prefetching, caching, and multi-tier memory and storage systems.
Hi, my name is Anthony Walter, and I'm in the Networking Distributed Systems Lab, and my mentor is Hardik Soni. And my area of expertise is still what I'm trying to figure out because I'm undergrad. So one thing I learned during the internship is, I would say, how papers specifically work. So if you at first look at papers, they kind of promise to solve like everything in that field, but if you go more into detail, you like realize the limitations of each solution. And this is very interesting to see how deep you go into a paper and how much time to spend to also find a problem that is worth solving.
For me, one thing that I learned during the internship is that when doing projects with a lot of members, communication is very important. And also having communication through communications, there will be more better ideas and brainstormings that could come out during the discussions. So I was able to learn that it is important to speak and be more have more questions about what I'm doing and regarding the project.
What do I like the most about the internship at HPE Labs? Frankly, snacks are amazing, and the coffee machine is even better.
Yeah, I'll add to that with along those points. Definitely the people here, and the most important is, I think, work-life balance. Apart from working on real-world stuff, I can also have some time to myself as well, thinking on and doing stuff I like. So that's definitely the most interesting part to me.
For me, the most interesting part by enjoying HPE Labs was how passionate was everyone about their research, particular researches. And from that energy, I was able to be motivated about my research as well. And I think that gave a really good vibe on for me to process on my future research.
So what I like especially about interning at the labs is the discussions with the researchers. So you really go into like a problem and also try to understand it, and also whether it is worth solving it, and just the critical like discussions and also like critical questions to a problem. This is something that really helps growing. And especially the Bay Area is really a great place. The mindset is great. I love the people, and everyone is building on something and trying to make some impact in a positive way. and it's a place that you don't find anywhere else, probably like that in the world. And I would definitely say I would come back here.
For me, what I mostly like about the Bay Area was the sunlight, because I think it's in where I came from, there was inconsistent. The weather was inconsistent, so I think that having those sunlight make me have those vitamin D's in my body, prepare with vitamin D's. So I think I really like the weather of this Bay Area.
Yeah, along those points, so I live in a college town, but here the amount of diversity, the amount of options for everything to, let's say, have fun, go to restaurants, stuff like that. So you have just so many options to go and, like, let's say, chill or something. So there are many happening things to do here, and I definitely love all of them. So yeah.
For me, things are slightly different. I really enjoy the speed of the Bay Area. Like, things are much faster than in Arizona, and fast in sense of also the cars and also the people. Like in Arizona, you don't get to see these many people or out on the roads. So that's a different thing for me, and I really enjoy it in general. An interesting thing about me would be I really like to climb mountains, but I really like to get lost as well. So it's really fun if you want to go on a hike with me, or if you don't want to.
Yeah, so along the work-life balance point, sort of, I really love to read books and watch series, movies. So I get time to do that. So I think that's interesting.
For me, I like to do many activities, and especially related to sports. So I do Japanese martial arts, and I really like improving myself through sports spirits.
So I play piano now for 11 years, and that's what I usually do in my free time. So it's also a very different way of thinking, I would say, but you also have like kind of a structured way of thinking when you're learning pieces. So I would say there are definitely some similarities, and I really enjoy that.
Hi everybody, my name is Jason. I come from the System Architecture Lab, and my mentor is the Pavana. And my research mostly focuses on the federated learning, energy efficient to do the cache prediction.
My name is Ushasi Ghosh, and I come from NDSL Lab. My mentors are Shivang, Mohammed, and Puneet. My area of expertise is 5G and cellular networks.
Hello, my name is Shang Kim, and I'm come from the System Architecture Lab. And my mentor is Segorni, and I'm currently working on the distributed caching system, and I especially working on the eviction policy for distributed cache.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Han Jiang-Wu, and I'm from the NDSL Network and Distributed System Lab, and my mentor are Diman, like Puneet, Khaled, and Hadik. So my area of expertise includes like hardware and software co-design for machine learning system, and a little bit more stuff related to HPC. So one thing that I learned from the internship is that like actually a good research takes time, and I'm from a more machine learning background. Like back to the school, everybody is like rushing throughout like different conference deadlines and didn't have the time to think through what is the really meaningful work. And during the internship that I learned here is that you have to make some impactful work. It takes time.
One thing I learned during the internship is communication skill. Previously, I usually working alone, so I don't have a chance to communicate each other. But during the internship, I can work as a team, so I can learn a lot about the communication skills.
So one thing I learned during the internship, my research topic was pretty open-ended, and how to actually narrow it down to a specific research problem, especially pursuing a research that aligns with commercialization aspects and HPE's business aspects is something I'm picking up during this internship.
So for one thing I learned from the internship is like I just open mind to discuss more ideas with the collaborate to about the research details. Other people can give me more thinking or the ideas based on our current stock or something. So what I do for what I do like about the internship for the labs is like I think the labs is very friendly environment. Every people is very kindly to treat out each of the people. So I really like that. So I just want to stay in here for the research.
What I like most about the internship is basically the people around me, the team, the director, my mentor, and everyone at HPE Labs. I think the number of team events makes me feel very much at home, and I feel very comfortable being here.
What I like about internship is I can work as a team. So we have the one common goal, and we can work together. And if I face some problem, we can talk each other. That is my favorite part.
Yeah, so the thing that I like the most about HPE Labs is similar as the one talked about before. Like it's a really welcoming environment. Everybody can work together and discuss anything you want. And also the most thing that I like is everybody's relationship extends beyond the work. And basically you can have some like after work like sports games or like like after activities like hanging out like in a Top Golf like this kind of activities. So, and the thing that I like the most about the Bay Area is definitely the weather. Since my PhD is in like from Georgia Tech, right? It's Atlanta, and it's raining during the summer, and the sun is definitely my source of energy. So I really like the sunny weather here. So it's giving me more energy to work.
What I like most about the Bay Area is the Korean restaurant. Actually, I'm from the Blacksburg, Virginia, but in that area there is no Korean restaurant at all. But near the Bay Area, there are so many good places to visit. So many good Korean restaurants. Yeah.
Most about Bay Area, I think I love the number of forests in and around this place, and yeah, it gives me opportunities to go hiking every weekend. And the second thing is the first place in the US I've found really good Bengali food.
So for the Bay Area, I think over here the environment is totally different with my university location. I come from the Boston, so over here it's like have more opportunity to hiking and camping. And otherwise, over here for the technical area, I think it's more open for everybody to explore. So except for that, for my hobby, I really like the soccer. So in here, I have long term don't have the chance to continue for this, but for the with the labs, I have the one chance to pick it up. We have the supports once a week for this one. Yeah.
I like to maintain my own little garden, and the interesting part was when I came here to the Bay Area for my internship, I had to redistribute my plants, and they are sitting in 5 different locations in San Diego right now.
For me, I got a driver license 10 years ago, but after that, I've never drove by myself. But after starting internship, I started to learn how to drive, so now I can drive.
Yeah, so the interesting thing about me, I like soccer, and luckily Jason is my soccer mate, and similar to him, I pick up my soccer after like maybe 1 or 2 years because like everybody is like having some like a sports fan, and really glad to have this here again.
So hello, my name is Maxim. I'm working in the NDSL. My mentors are Puneet, Hardik, and Faraz. And my area of expertise is I'm currently working on the distributed machine learning training. So I'm conducting benchmarks on InfiniBand and Slingshot clusters, and I'm trying to analyze the telemetry data.
Hi, my name is Pilje Jang. I'm working within the NDSL with mentors Hardik Soni, Puneet Sarma, and Jion. I'm working with the accelerating AI workload within the network system.
Hello, my name is Anouk, and I'm also at the Networking and Distributed Systems Lab. And my mentors are Lianji Kao and Puneet Sharma. And my area of expertise, what I'm working on currently, is a graphical user interface for distributed.
My name is Lawrence, and I'm also at the Networking and Distributed Systems Lab. And my mentor is John. And I'm improving HDSIM, a network simulator which supports the Ultra Ethernet protocols. And something I've learned during my internship was, for example, about packet scheduling and kind of interpreting the results I received with HTSIM and take a look if they're correct.
One thing I learned in this internship is that it's really essential to understand what's the purpose behind what you're doing in order to do something that is really meaningful and does a good job.
One thing that I learned during internship is collaborating with expertise for network system. So I learned a lot from them, and it was really meaningful time.
I learned in my internship that networking can be a bottleneck. So you can scale compute, you can scale GPUs, but often the bottleneck is the networking. And also I'm working with Python, and you can have some Python package version mismatches. And this is also quite painful. So I like most about my internship at HPE Labs that I'm working on problems from the research, and that I'm also using different tools like Slurm, Python, and NVIDIA tools. So it's like very diverse, and I'm learning so much also in the networking reading groups that are weekly. So I will get to know so many aspects of networking, of HPE Labs, of our projects. So this is quite interesting.
What I liked most about during the internship at HP is interacting with the very smart guys. All of those guys are really smart, and they are sharing a lot of ideas with us, and these were very meaningful experience to me.
What I like most about the internship here at the HPE Labs is, for me, first time being in a research environment and just interacting with other people in a kind of research setting. And I think it's just really valuable to interact with people that have so much, I think, knowledge and expertise, and it adds a lot of valuable feedback that you can just get to learn while being still an undergraduate in my case.
I can agree with that. I mean, one thing which I really like here at the labs is that there are a lot of new challenges and a lot of new things to learn. And I also really like being here, interacting with the people. And I also like the office very much, both the site here in Milpitas, but also in San Jose. And one thing I like the most about the Bay Area, for example, is that you can like stand anywhere and look in any direction, in almost any direction, and you want to take a picture. And I think the environment here is really beautiful. And I hope to explore it a little more in the future as well.
What I like most about the Bay Area is how diverse it is. So you have lots of different food and different people and cultural backgrounds that you can explore. And I think it's just really interesting to see.
The thing that I liked most about in the Bay Area is about food. I enjoyed a lot of Chinese food, Japanese food, and Korean food, and other stuff. And also there are a lot of Michelin guided restaurants, and these are really nice.
So I like most about the Bay Area that the landscape is so diverse. So when you drive for 2 or 3 hours, you will get to know a different landscape. I went to Lake Tahoe on the weekend, and it reminded me of Switzerland or also Austria. So it's very interesting to have all those perspectives. And one interesting thing about me is I went to Sweden from January until June, and I tried to go fishing there once a week because I'm a fisherman back in Germany. And I will never give up to go fishing because in Sweden I had no success, but I thought, okay, Sweden might be the best place to catch a fish. But unfortunately, I did not catch a fish, but I will still try and go back to Sweden again.
One of the interesting about me is I enjoy most of every sports, including cricket, golf, basketball, soccer, and those kind of things.
I would say an interesting thing about me is that I hold 3 citizenships, so I have a really broad perspective on culture, I would say.
So what I like to do very much is like hiking, but I also picked up reading as a hobby last year. And until a few months ago, I managed to read a few pages every day. So yeah, I like reading a lot.
My name is Elias Klett. I'm at the Corporate State University Baden-Württemberg Stuttgart, and here at HPE I'm in the Systems Architecture Lab with my mentors being John and Harumi, and I'm currently working on enabling applications, unmodified applications to use a global distributed cache in an HPC environment.
My name is Refik Mertcham. I work at AI Research Lab. My mentor is Soumyendra Sarkar. And currently I'm working on developing physics-informed neural network for cold plate topology optimization. So to summarize, I do machine learning applications for science.
My name is Mingyu Guo, and I'm working in the AI lab, and my mentor is Soumyendra Sarkar and also AVSIC. And the area of my expertise is reinforcement learning applied in the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system.
My name is Wei Gao Su. I'm a research intern at NDSL. My mentors are Benjit, Khaled, and Puneet. We work on GPU communications, and basically we're trying to build a efficient transfer system in the emergent scale-up and scale-out domain. And one thing I learned about during this internship is that it doesn't matter how much higher bandwidth you get or how lower the latency you get. It doesn't guarantee performance. Efficiency is the key.
Okay. One thing I learned from this internship is the liquid cooling system in data center, because I'm mainly working on the reinforcement learning control for that system. I know how complex it will be and how difficult it can to make this system work.
During this internship, I learned about physics-informed neural networks and how we can incorporate physics laws in terms of the partial differential equations to a neural network training framework.
I learned a lot about how applications do I/O and how we can redirect it, and also learned a bit about file systems, especially about Fuse. And what I really like here at HPE Labs is the concentration of knowledge that we have here. Often you just talk with somebody about a research area and it just sparks up really interesting topics, and I always learn new things, so that's really good.
I like the collaborative environment here. I like that almost everybody is involved with all the projects, so that like there's a lot of input and feedback coming from like other people, and like these people are from different backgrounds, so everybody brings something different to the table. That's what I really liked about the internship here.
What I like most in the internship is we have like more diverse background of our group, and we have the multidisciplinary collaboration between us. Someone is learning like me, we're in the I'm in the mechanical engineering, and some is from the electrical engineering, and most of us are from the computer science. That way, using our own background knowledge to make this whole system work.
The working culture here is like the best. I really learned that you can both work hard and enjoy your life at the same time. And what I like most about Bay Area is obviously the weather. It's always sunny, and it's good for all kinds of sports or hiking if I'd like.
Yeah, what I like most about Bay Area is also the weather, because my university is in Texas. It's super hot in the summer, and in Bay Area is the wild weather is not too hot, not too cold. So, and it's a lot of different landscape in different in this area.
I like the nature in Bay Area, and actually it is fun to see all those windows or Apple backgrounds. Those pictures are all captured in this area, so that is what I like about here.
I like that even though there's so many people living in the overall Bay Area, here in Milpitas, it kind of feels still kind of more quiet, and it's really, you can still relax and don't feel the giant city hustle. So with the nice weather and the green scenery often, it's really nice to relax here. One interesting thing about me probably would be, I have a hobby of solo traveling. So for example, beginning of this year, I've traveled to 6 countries in Asia and really like and enjoy exploring new cultures.
One interesting thing about me is that me and my partner, we have two rescue dogs that we rescued from a puppy mill. And we also try to foster as many dogs as possible till they get adopted.
One interesting thing about me is I really like the yoga and meditation and sometimes practice, and it really make me super relaxed after work while doing that.
An interesting about me is that I can speak 4 languages: English, Chinese, French, and Japanese.
I'm Vishal. I work in the Systems Architecture Lab. My mentor is Sekwan Lee, and I also work with Harumi. And my area of expertise, I'll work in the intersection of distributed systems and memory tiering. And I'm a second year PhD student.
Hi, I'm Amelia, and I work in AI Research Lab. My mentor is Antonio. And my area of expertise is reinforcement learning and its application in public health. And I'm a 4th year PhD student at OSU right now.
Hello, my name is Anshuman. I'm at Cornell. I'm a PhD candidate there. Here at HPE, I work with Jean-Hui, Bob Lentz, and Puneet Sharma. This is with the NDSL gang here. And my area of expertise usually is programming languages in the service of systems. But this summer, it's mostly all systems. That's been fun.
Yeah, hi, I'm Tianyu Wang. I'm a PhD student at the University of Pittsburgh, and my mentor is Dr. Gaurav Ratihari. So this summer, I'm working on energy-efficient serverless language model serving. It's very interesting and really highly related with the industry. Yeah. So the most important thing I learned here is like try to obtain suggestion or help from others. Don't just rely on yourself. So at the beginning, when I'm trying to initiate my project, I understand very deeply on technical details, but I cannot have like a very detailed or very good high-level picture about how this project will influence this industry or how it will help HPE. So later I talk with my manager, Diane, and talk with my mentor, Gaurav. They give me a lot of help to build a good high-level picture to start up this project. Yeah.
For me, I've often been able to hide between disciplines and say, oh, well, when the PL people ask me, then I don't know anything about networking. And then when people ask me, I don't know anything about PL, and so I can just hide, while being fully in networking this summer has been fun and refreshing. Like, okay, actually, I need to know this, and let me just teach it to myself. And that's been a refreshing change.
So for me, here's my first time to get interact with the working with different peoples here, and also I have no idea about the system data center before. So this is my first time to get into this project like this, and also I learned a lot of very convenient debugging skills from my mentor. He taught me a lot of that.
For me, it's been an interesting experience because I part of a bigger team which works on this whole project, just like a distributed caching project. And I have learned to kind of over time find the research problem in the component I've been assigned. So I was assigned this particular component of that project, right? And I wanted to kind of look at some performance trends in that project. And as I was looking at those performance trends, I tried to kind of pull out the research question. So that's been very interesting for me because I haven't done that before. What I like most? So I think the people, I've made a lot of good friends here over the past 2 years, and those friendships last after summer as well. It's been a nice experience because these friends also are in different domains and you can kind of bounce ideas off them, and them being in different domains gives me new perspective. So that's been something that's really good.
What I like most about the internship at HPE Labs, so for me, I really like the culture here. So people, all the people in the teams is like a big family. So if you have any problems and any questions, you can just ask them, and they were they were very like to help you, and they were very kind to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, echoing some of these answers, I've also found it interesting how much has not changed actually, because sitting in the ivory tower academia, you can worry about industry being this horrible thing where like the business unit just looms large and dictates your whole life. But I found it very collegiate and very friendly, and I actually generally don't know the answer whether this is an artifact of HPE or NDSL or Jean personally, but like whatever it is, it's working for me, and actually do find it very friendly and collegiate.
Yeah, so atmosphere, so that's what I like most here. I can easily to obtain some help from other internship students, people working on different areas. So I'm working on like multi-tenant scheduling, but other people working on networking. So I can obtain some suggestion from them about if I want to solve some live migration problems. Also, it's very easy for me to talk to my mentor and my manager. It's very easy for me to find them and schedule a meeting to have some, more advanced suggestion from them. Yeah. So the most important, the favorite thing about Bay Area is like most of my friends, they live here, they work here. So it's very easy for me to meet them again and have some really delicious food here during weekends.
Yeah. I've also found the food to be excellent. I'm usually in a very small town in upstate New York, so it's refreshing to have the critical mass necessary to like host an interesting restaurant that like does one thing or whatever. I've also really thrived in the weather. I've gotten out so much more, and it's been just spectacular to basically have perfect weather almost all the time. Yeah.
Like I really agree that the weather here is very good. So it's mostly every day is very sunny. And I also like the food here. So like in Columbus, there's not too many Chinese food there. So I can like very easily to eat many delicious Chinese food and other countries' food here. Yeah.
I'm big on hiking. So like there are a bunch of national parks and state parks, maybe within 4 hours of driving distance over here. So that's been great. I also have a lot of friends who I knew from masters who came to the Bay Area to kind of work. So get to catch up with them quite a bit. Don't get too much work done, but that's okay. An interesting thing about me is that I love soccer. It's been 15 years since I've been playing, and I've played competitively as well. And the other interesting thing about me is that I've been an extra in an ad for a t-shirt. That was a very fun experience. And that's a story I always like telling my friends, yeah.
So for me, I really love music. So I can play two instruments, the piano and also a very traditional Chinese instrument, guzheng. And also I really enjoy to visit different kinds of places and see the live shows there. So I can easily to get the atmosphere from the local through that kind of events.
I've been biking a lot this summer. Biking is not usually my main thing. My main thing is squash. But it's not really a thing in the West Coast. Like, at least it's not as easy to get a hold of. So I said, okay, I'm going to make biking my thing. And ship my bike to myself from Ithaca. And it's been an excellent decision. I've been putting in hundreds of kilometers every week. And for the final weekend, I'll be in the Bay Area. My plan is to take Bort to Oakland and then bike back. And with a little creativity, this can become a Grand Fondo, 100-kilometer ride. So that's the plan.
So my first ticket, I got it on the first day when I buy my vehicle. So I drive it from Washington back to Columbus, Ohio. I was so excited. I drive a very dangerous speed, but I'm sorry about that. But thanks for the police. He's a very nice guy. He saw me. It's the first day I buy it. He just right about 79. It's just try to build my day. Yeah.
Okay, hi. My name is Jonah Rosenblum. I am in the software architecture lab. I work with Ted Dunning, and my general area of expertise is software security.
Hi, my name is Yutai Ling. I'm in networking and distributed system lab, and my mentor is Siobhan and Mohammed. And my area of expertise is in wireless networking and sensing.
Hi, my name is Wei Shu Dan, and I'm working at NDSL lab. My mentor is Lianjie and Frost, and I'm currently working on a large language model.
Hey everyone, I'm Jiyuan Zhang from UIUC. I'm a first-year PhD student, and my mentor is
Tianyin Xu from my university, and Lianjie Cao and Puneet Sharma from NDSL. I work on virtualization of storage and memory stack. I think one thing I have learned from the NDSL and from the HPE lab in general is what is the real world setting looks like. So it's like during our education, one important link that is missing is to learn about how the modern day real data center works. We do not actually have a very clear idea of how the machines are deployed, how they are interconnected, and what are the actual setups that people use today. In NDSL and HPE Lab, I have a precious opportunity to learn about these important informations, and this could help me transform my research into something that can generate real-world impacts.
The things that I learned during the internship is the research man side from industry level. That's it.
The one thing that I learned during the internship is like how to share your idea in a chit chat or like regular talk, and then how to elaborate your idea in a more cohesive way. Yeah.
I think something I've learned is similar to what other people have mentioned. The unique opportunity working in an industry lab. I feel like at the university, we read through the literature and we see what are people working on, and we say, okay, I think there's a gap in the literature here, something that people aren't exploring. And I think a different experience I've had here at industry is instead of looking directly in the literature, we look at what are other groups within HPE and what are customers looking for. And I guess like more like a real world applied problem solving rather than trying to anticipate what problems people might have based off just the literature. So I think that's been an interesting difference for me. And then what have I liked about the internship? Everybody's very nice. Everyone seems very collaborative and is excited to talk about their work. And I think I've gotten to work myself on a lot of interesting new problems that I maybe otherwise wouldn't have time to do back in my PhD.
So what I like about internship at HPE Labs is that I think the vibe and the energy is very proactive here. And then, so I really like the vibe at here.
The things that I like about the internship here is the mentorship between the mentor. They're being really helpful and they're really smart. And I also like the technical talk discussion with all the other interns.
I think what I like here is the balance. So basically, it both means the work-life balance, where you have the flexibility to choose when to work and how you would like to work, which can help you progress better. And the other part is the balance in the research elements. So we have like different people from different aspects of the industry here, and we can talk and understand different aspects of and the methodologies people do things differently. And this can help us grow into a multi-perspective person. And in terms of Bay Area, I also like the Bay Area. The most important thing here is there are a lot of good restaurants here, and I really enjoy the food here. And also for the weather, it's mostly sunny here, and I pretty much like that.
Yeah, I also really like the restaurant around the Bay Area.
Do you have any recommendations?
Pin Bistro for sure.
What I like about the Bay Area is definitely the weather and the sunlight.
I love that I never have to check the weather. I think maybe obviously it's nice every day, but it's also very consistent. I've never seen any clouds here day to day, so I'm not worried about it raining. And it's nice to live in a place where there's so many. It's just a larger metropolitan area compared to where I live in Michigan. There's fewer things. There's just so much more to do here and explore. So I never feel like I'm running out of things to do. And things about me, I really enjoy rock climbing. So I've also enjoyed that about the Bay Area. There's more mountains and hills and rocks here than there are in Michigan, where I go to school. And I've also been able to play tennis outside with my friends every day because the weather's so nice.
The interesting thing about me is like I like going outdoor activities like hiking and I also play basketball. So yeah.
The interesting thing about me is that I really like playing soccer, so I really appreciate the weather in Bay Area that I can go out to play soccer every day.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoy video games and also musics. I like both classical musics and future-based musics. And one new hobby I obtained here is actually sports. So basically, this guy, he asked me to play sports often, and I actually really enjoyed playing the sports now.
My name is Abhishek Nag, and I'm a senior research scientist in the AIRL lab working with Shomendu's team. And love to work at the intersection of AI and cyber-physical systems, specifically data center performance optimization. And this year, I'm primarily mentoring two candidates. One of them is Mingyu Gyo from Texas A&M, and the other candidate is Srijita Mukherjee from RPI.
Hi, everyone. I'm Aishwarya Natarajan, working in the Emerging Accelerators team, Jim Ignatski's team in the AI Research Lab as well. I primarily work on hardware accelerators for energy-efficient computing with analog in-memory elements. My intern is Turgal Molamukir, and yeah.
I'm Harumi Kuno. I'm in the Systems Architecture Lab, and currently I'm working in HPC. And I'm managing 6 PhD interns and 5 dual study students.
Hi, my name is Faraz. I'm a senior research scientist in Networking and Distributed Systems Lab. And I'm working with in the intersection of networking, storage, and AI. And this summer I'm primarily mentoring 2 interns, Singjin Lee from UC San Diego and Yi Lee from UT Dallas. The one thing that I prefer to work on with my interns is that to allow them to explore challenging problems and have them this freedom of coming with innovative solutions.
For our PhD interns, I think that our lab helps give context and relevance for the research that they're doing and the problems they're addressing. For the dual study students, I think that we help them identify the joys of research. We've had a surprising number of them go on to at least get master's degree and often PhDs.
So when the intern first started the internship, we essentially brainstormed a number of project ideas and helped set something realistic. So as we all may know, interns come with a lot of energy, enthusiasm. So the goals they may set may not be truly realistic in such a short time frame, right? So I think one way I might have benefited is setting up realistic goals, but also ambitious so that it's still challenging, to push them beyond their comfort zone and still get the end of the project goals and achieve the objectives that align with their interests as well as with the team's goals.
Well, for me, one of the important ideas that I try to impart to the interns over time of like 2 months now is that they have to figure out how to reorganize their research goals, set up experiments, and interpret their results specifically in line with the business goals of the labs. Because I have often observed that the way we interpret academic researches tend to be different from the way we do industrial research, which is mostly focused on aligning our work with the broader goals of the labs. And I feel like since some of these interns are going to eventually transition to the industry, it's a good idea that for them to take this as an exercise and diversify their research outlook from academia to industry. I, as a researcher myself, have often come up with different ideas and thought about improving works in literature, but did not have the time to work on them. I feel like the interns provide me the perfect opportunity to work on these ideas, brainstorm with them, and often they have come up with even better ideas, and we have been able to test them out. And to add to that, I would say that the best part for me at being at HPE Labs is that the Labs Charter provides me with the opportunity to work on a diverse set of topics. So my expertise initially was in like reinforcement learning for certain systems, but now I have kind of expanded my expertise to like AI agents, LLMs, physical modeling for systems and for control and then also in the areas of computer vision and fusion modeling.
To echo what Abhishek said, we have a lot of ideas. We don't have the time to implement everything, right? So it's always very interesting to project these ideas to the interns because these are like seedlings, right? And you don't know what is going to spin off into a big, impactful initiative. So it's been very rewarding to see our project ideas take into shape, their innovation and their perspectives, their designs. So I would say that was one of the great aspects of being a mentor. And being at labs, I would say The people, like my team is very collaborative, and we have people working on the entire stack from device to architecture, algorithms. So yeah, it's been a pretty rewarding experience being at Labs. Yeah.
I really, really love it when a team of people get together and build something bigger together than the sum of the individuals' parts. That's what I really love about being a mentor and also at Labs in general. And one of the things I love about being a mentor is that the interns always come in with new perspectives and they teach us new things. And also, as was said before, they have the luxury of focus for the summer. Focus is precious.
Yeah, absolutely. I have similar thoughts as well. So for me, the best part is that all of these interns, they have their own approach towards towards a problem, and so it's very it's really a great learning experience to see how they approach the problem and brainstorm them. And that's also a best part of being at Labs, that doing all those chalk talks, exploring different ideas, sharing and learning are the best aspects of being at Labs. Here at Bay Area, so I think the weather is obviously the best part of it. And for me, the most favorite part of the season is spring season, when East Bay Hills turn green. That's the time of the year when I really like to go out and have something fun.
I love the diversity of the Bay Area. You have so many cultures and nationalities and foods. You have the desert, you have the ocean. I love the diversity.
Yeah, very similar. So I really like outdoorsy stuff to do in general. So, here you have access to city life, to the mountains, to the coast. The culture, the food is incredibly good. So, yeah.
Yeah, like the others said, I consider it a privilege to be in the Bay Area working for HPE right now. I mean, I get to be at the forefront of the technical revolution that happens all around us, and HPE has a rich history that it lends to this. And then, I mean, the weather is really uplifting, like the others said. I'm like a 1 hour drive either to the pristine beaches or some of the beautiful mountains. There's a diverse food scene. I love SF. I'm almost there on every weekend nowadays. And then, because of the diverse thing that I like about it. So one of the, I would say apart from, for me, the hobbies that I've recently got into is like hiking, reading books. I have started like following up on NBA sports. And then something interesting about me that I like to mention is I have a hobby. It's not a hobby. It's something unusual is I tend to recollect all my dreams. Most people cannot do that. Wow. Yeah. So sometimes those are weird. And then I figured, okay, what's wrong with me? But other times it's like, okay, it's a good dream. Hopefully
I
will
like
wake up
journal
later.
them?
I should do that. That's a good idea. But yeah.
Again, I love to hike and backpack. So I like to go off to the Eastern Sierras and be in the mountains to, disconnect and recharge.
This is nothing compared to Dayon, who comes from a family of bakers. But I learned how to make bagels during the pandemic. They're really easy, and I like to bake.
I like sports. Squash and basketball are two of my things. Besides that, I am an outdoors person. I like to hike and sometimes go on a ride on my motorcycle.
Oh.